Aditya's Essential Oil Tips. Hello, today's special oil is Young Living's Purification, an oil blend that is universal in its uses, and let's dive right in. Purification consists of citronella, lemongrass, rosemary, myrtle, lavandin, that's the hybrid lavender which is high in camphorites, and of course tea tree oil. So it's an oil blend consisting of 6 single oils, and as the name of this oil blend says, purification, it's all about purifying and cleansing. Purification, interestingly, works on the mental plane. It cleans information. On the energetic plane and on the physical plane, on the plane of the microbiome of microorganisms. So let's start with the mental plane. As you may have heard, oils that have a high degree in camphorites or in menthol delete information in homeopathics. So what are the many uses of purification? First of all, it's great against all bad odors. That could be in your laundry. So one of the uses, I put purification into a spray bottle and 3 drops, 5 drops, 7 drops in distilled water, and I use it, for example, when I'm ironing shirts. I have it in my ironing water. Gives wonderful, fresh smelling laundry. Also, I use purification in the fabric softener of my laundromat. To say the truth, according to a professor in Denver, Colorado, who I met recently, he told me the #1 dangerous chemicals that we have in our households are actually fabric softeners. And he said they're so strong they even change the fabric, the fibers of textiles in their structure. And that's why also for the human being they're not really nice chemicals. So instead of using fabric softeners in your laundromat, try purification and you have wonderfully fresh laundry. If you want a soft feeling in your laundry, by the way, you could use 3 to 5 drops of lavender oil. Lavender always makes soft, but forget about dangerous industrial fabric softeners. They do a lot of harm and you're not even aware of it. And I'm not speaking of the waters of our planet, because all the chemicals that we use in our households, they also go into the water circulation of our beautiful planet. So another thing, of course, is what I previously used to call stink molecules. Back then I was not aware of the fact that actually any stench, any bad smell usually comes from rotting processes, usually comes from fouling processes, usually comes from bacteria, from microorganisms. And here is another field of using purification. You put purification in the diffuser, in the evaporator, and all these molecules of purification, they go everywhere throughout the room. And they attach themselves to these microorganisms, these stink molecules, as I used to call them childishly, and they neutralize them. They neutralize these stinking microorganisms. And that's something that can even go to the walls. So a diffuser is great because it spreads everywhere. Another interesting thing about purification, it can be used in any kind of water, and it has been used in aquarium water and in the water in ponds people have in their garden. And sometimes such ponds have algae overgrow. When the water is too acidic, then algae spread like anything. Also in the aquarium that can happen, that the water becomes greenish because it's too acidic. What you do, you sprinkle in a few drops of purification oil and it immediately alkalizes the water and gives it a nice balanced pH. So people who did this with their house pond, with their garden pond, with purification, they spent a whole bottle when the pond was biologically collapsed and was overgrown totally with algae. They told me years later, 4 years later, it's still balanced. It still has clear water. So that's a nice effect. Now you will wonder about the goldfish in your aquarium and how they like it if you throw in an essential oil. And of course, first of all, if you throw it in like this and you don't use an emulsifier like a salt or honey or milk, then the drop will spread into many little drops that are swimming on the surface of the water. Now what I have seen is the goldfish swims up, takes a bubble, a little drop of the purification oil, sinks down and enjoys it. And this is amazing. I mean, such essential oils are quite intense, but you watch fish catching them, going down, and they're not dying afterwards. I mean, you would think like, my God, this must be too intense. No, they're enjoying it. They come back for more. So whatever that is, I'm not recommending it as a food supplement. It's just something I watched, and obviously it's not bad for the fish at all. They like it. So that's about use of purification in the aquarium or in the pond. Aditya's essential oil tips. Inhale them, anoint yourself, and oil yourself with them so that everything in your life is really smooth. See you in the next video.